Welcome to our home. You guys, Casa Galloway is finally finished. I am so excited to show you guys everything. We just absolutely cannot believe that we get to live here. So over the coming weeks, we're gonna show you it all. But first, let's start with the entryway, because that is how you first come into the home, what you're first greeted with. And when I'm designing this space, I really wanted it to feel like a wow moment. So if you just said wow while you're watching this, I'm gonna love you forever. When we were first designing this project and working through the architectural plans, one thing that we always knew we wanted was this double high ceiling. We wanted it to be grand, and that's what kind of gives it a more formal feel. But then we also wanted to make it warm. So it's like, how do you do big and grand, but then also do warm? So we did this lime wash paint on all the walls and the ceiling. It's kind of like a soft cream, and it really allows all the natural light. That was another important thing in the entry for me, was all of this natural light to come in, and the way the light plays with all of the paint and the double high ceiling is so beautiful and spectacular. One of the biggest feature moments in this entryway that you guys have been asking so much about is the staircase. It is this curved staircase that I love because it just brings so much character, and we also then did this iron railing. This is where I had a lot of fun to bring in a little bit more of the Spanish detailing with the iron and the way that it's shaped. And then of course up the wall, we brought over kind of that iron detail into the lights as well that are very dramatic. When you walk in, you see this rug that really grounds the space. This is vintage inspired, and then every good entry has this moment that's a rug paired with a credenza. We custom designed this, and it's in our collection, and I love that it just has like a streamlined look, a little bit of curves, and it's extra wide. It's very wide for this space to really fill it. And then these fun lights on either side, and then lots of layering with accessories. This isn't where we exit, because our garage is actually in the back of the house, so we just kept it really beautiful and formal here. Then we move over to the other side. One of the things that you guys were asking a lot about is what we were gonna do with the space that was under the stairs, because it did feel like it needed a little something, but of course, there was always a plan. So here we just created this kind of moment. It's sort of like a little vignette on this side. A chair that you'll probably never sit in, but looks beautiful. And then this 3 pedestals, we love how these turned out. We designed these to really have kind of a formal moment to it, and then some branches out of it. It's kind of like just a little artsy detail. And then the one thing, I love when you're in a space and we're installing and then we're like, oh, it just needs one more thing. And that's what evolved with this picture. It just feels so intentional and random, but perfect all at the same time. And then one of the sweetest spots in this entry is over here. Here we have got this built-in settee, and I wanted this to just kind of be a little moment that would match the arches that are right next to it, but still feel like its own thing. So this is all plaster. It's kind of like a dome-like feature with this custom settee, and then we even designed this custom light. It has a little scallop detail, this little moment so we could give a little throwback to kind of old style lamps. And this whole space just kind of has the entryway moment, and then it has little vignettes that all tie together really well. So this arch in the settee is now mimicked over in this arch. I wanted to create an arch that felt really powerful in this space, especially with so much, space in the entryway. So instead of doing just like a, plastered arch, we actually ended up adding this wood all the way up and around it. And the other fun detail is it actually pops out from the wall by a couple inches. That just creates a lot of dimension and a little more interest as you're kind of flowing through the space that you can see. Then I love that it also connects all the arches all the way down. So one thing I really wanted to do was create a really solid line of sight. So when you come in the front door arch, then you see this arch, then the next one, and then the other one at the end, which is actually the bar. So there's so many fun details that we put in here that I think are really impactful for someone walking in this house, and behind me and to the side of me is so much more. So stay tuned as we show you guys more and more of our home.